Hello everyone, and it's time once again for C4 action, this time from the Baku City Street Circuit in Azerbaijan, and we have 18 drivers. As always, Rick has just joined. Should be fine. Just two missing for tonight's race, and that is PG and the Williams of Bouillon. So we do have the gripping championship battle continuing today, and we could let's just have a little recap whilst we watch one of the contenders go on his lap. Last week, after a non-finish for Turkey, Brandon getting an excellent result, managed to get himself 3 points ahead of Ticked at the top of the championship. So it's 170 points versus 167 points between the Mercedes and Alfa Romeo drivers. Behind them there's a gap to the second of the Mercedes drivers, Hayward, who is in a close battle with both Lohr, Ainz and Bakker. 13 points between them for third place in the championship. 3 races to go. Couple of difficult circuits in there, including Baku. Oh, and yep, Ticked gets its lead down. Of course, this is only the outlap, and it looks like Ticked is pushing hard. Soft tyres as well. Let's just see, mostly everyone on softs. So we shall see how that plays out. I'm going to now swap over, as per usual, to YouTube to see any of the comments. You guys are leaving, but right now Tick has already invalidated his lap. Whilst I was looking at my phone to see your comments that you might be leaving, so I apologise for missing that one. Who is out? We've got Golden and MRPK. Golden in the in the Haas. Again, I think he'll be looking for points today. There we go, got the stream up now, so this should be good for us. So yes, Golden in the Haas. He's actually got McLaren behind him. It's not Doppy, man, so it's MRPK. Both on fast laps here, so not much they could do. Daddy Spirits and One Wing, I should say, both believing that it's going to be Bakker for a podium. Definitely in for a shout if he can get his qualifying good. Someone's hit the wall at the castle section. I'm just going to see. It is MRPK, so let's see. We'll see both of these drivers set their times, and a lovely slipstream that the McLaren's gonna get. They're both on flying laps. In fact, the McLaren might go in front of Golden. This is just a preview for the race. They both. MRPK goes quicker, and I imagine Golden must have invalidated somewhere after going on board with MRPK, who is the first to set a valid time. Flying Boy Val, who may have been the one to hit the castle. Unsure if that would be true, because that's a half decent time in there. There was yellows there, and I thought it was a Renault. I thought it was yellow. Yeah, Bakker, you have got yourself some fans. Yeah, that proves that definitely Lohr. He didn't get damaged though, so if he's got enough fuel, he can go again. Let's see, Brandon, he set a time of a 1:29.1, puts him in a good position at the moment because his championship rival didn't have a valid lap. Although has now went to medium, so maybe intentional invalidation from Ticket. That is a bit cheeky on the corner there, but game lets him away with it. There is some additional track limits that were added to the briefing for drivers in the Discord. So hope to see people adhering to that to as much as they possibly can. RLH taking some lessons from the real F1 race from Sunday with track limits. So here we go, composite coming to that final run to the line. Missed the DRS for a couple of seconds there, but it's going to be a time. He's jumped lower, who obviously had difficulties. He was going to be much quicker, but he's decided to pit. He should have definitely a few more chances. That 2-minute lap is not representative. Quite a lot of coming in, and that's actually now where Backer, who is spending a little time in the chat room, has decided that he's going to go out. We've also got the Racing Point event, who is smacking the top of that gearbox and braking for 4th gear into turn 1. The short straight, 6th down to 2nd, flowing through the corner, a DRS open, getting up to the 8th gear as quickly as possible to then slam it all the way back down to the 3rd gear, and coming to the end of sector 1. What's the time going to be? 3rd gear corner, a lot of 3rd gear corners and a lot of effect on the rear tyres, which wear very quickly. It's quickest in the first sector for the Racing Point, but it was a difficult exit at turn, what me doing my maths, I think about 6 or 7. Now through the castle section and an invalidation. There's quite easy to be caught out there, just trying to take as much of the track but not too much, and the Racing Point driver just takes a little bit too much track. Oh, really getting close. Backer struggling there with turn 2. Nearly clouting the wall, managing to avoid, but that'll make this first sector not particularly the quickest. Manages to get a good turn 3 though, so hopefully it'll be good for the rest of the lap. Turn 4, then that's quite difficult. Turn 5, the best way to do it really is to take as much corner on the end, as much curb on the entry and on the apex. Having difficult on the exit as well, just like Hines did. Now going through the castle. Getting that, not too bad. And not getting the invalidation that Hines got. Working back, I put himself. He's got a lot of fans in the chat room who won't want to be disappointed, so give them what they need, give them what they want. They expect a podium, at least. And the AlphaTauri driver is getting as close to the wall as possible, switching sides, but here we go, run to the line. And what will the final time be? 2 people going to be on mediums. He's decided to stick to the pit wall, and it's up to 3rd. It's Brandon and MRPK that, and I think MRPK hit the wall there, but it's Brandon and MRPK that are kind of running away. It's a 38 Sorry, I couldn't read that for a sec. So 38.8 that the McLaren's put in, which is a really good time. He's ahead of Bakker by almost 3/10. No, sorry, he's ahead of Brandon by almost 3/10. He's about 8/10 ahead of Bakker as Flying Boy Val makes a mistake at turn 4. But seems to have a much better exit ticket. Just for talking points here, he goes ahead of Brandon. And in terms of, if that's how it finished, in terms of the championship, now we're way too early to really talk about this, but let's just talk about the championship, because I love doing that. That would put them equal points going into the penultimate race of the season in Japan. So, yeah, as I said before, I really believe this one's going all the way to Sao Paulo for a decider. And oh, is Back getting out of the way, or was that a mistake? Probably getting out of the way, because he did complete another lap. Cassell's done a good job as well. I think Lohr just put in a good lap there too to jump his teammate and Dragos. But what can Flying Boy Val do? On the run down, maybe getting a bit of slipstream from the cars in front, and jumps into 4th place, a 1:39.4. Decent lap time, but the top 3 are definitely seeming to be in a league of their own so far. That doesn't mean things won't change, as Brandon is coming through the final sector, this sweeping fast corners, followed by the long dash to the line. And last night's CTV, at the end, we've seen some very close calls over the podium positions, as well as 6th. But this time, it's just qualifying, but Brandon does exactly what he needs to do, puts it on provisional pole with just under 6 minutes to go. One more run for most of the drivers. Let's see what Adidas and the Williams, who was pretty quick last week, but ran into some issues the same as his teammate Young at the Ascari chicane in Monza. Let's hope it goes better for them now. But let's see, Adidas, Williams. It's the mediums are just so slow for qualifying. It's only 13th for the Williams driver. Oh, Flying Boy Val getting out the way. We were on quite late on that one, so I'm not completely sure whether the lap's affected by that, but I would hope not. And the Racing Point driver gets DRS almost perfectly, like that really matters, but Hines has been really quick when he can race, and it's 4th place. Still not quite there. He's the closest anybody else has got to that top 3 drivers, and it's absolutely amazing what these 3 drivers all in the pits, except from Brand, who will be coming into the pits. Doppy man, he's on an in lap. Dragos, he seems to be up, so we'll have a look and see what his teammate can do in the Racing Point. See, car ahead is the Williams, and unfortunately Dragos and Val. I think that's let's see, Bakker. Who's further around the track? It is Ticked, I think. Oh no, they're literally next to each other. I don't know how I missed out that. I didn't realise that. These two, oh god, I thought he was going deep into the castle, but maybe just one piece of advice is probably just take it a bit more easy on the outlaps. You don't want to accidentally go binning it. Right, so both these guys are about to start for a fast lap. Both Bakker and ticket. Is that? He's just waiting for, because both the racing points are coming in. Right, here we go. It's ticket. Backer actually went ahead, so he is starting his lap. So we'll go with Backer, who just gets round turn 2 there. Renault is completely fine. Gets out the way, gets the turn in for turn 3. And then 4, it's been a tidy lap so far. Right, so here's where, well, first you want the McLaren to nicely just get out the way if possible. Would have been good if he would have just went down the escape road. Backer behind, hopefully not held up. Should have been far enough behind. Lord just gets out of the way as soon as he sees the Backer coming. Hopefully he realises that he's also got Tick coming up behind as well. Backer just about keeping that on track. On the exit, now it's time for the flowing corners, onto the final dash to the line. Azerbaijan special here. And where will Backer end up? He's going to improve, but by how much? It's by 5 tenths. He's just behind Ains. Ticket though. Oh, he ends up losing time. 2.5 seconds slower. Is he going for another run? He's using DRS, so he is probably going for another run, but Brandon and MRPK for that matter are all on runs as well. Let's have a look at the provisional pole sitter, as well as what seems to be in the driving seat for full on pole. Goes purple in sector 1 by less than a tenth, but still it's an excellent lap anyway, so we'll see if any improvement can come. Let's go on board castle section. Gets that very nicely. They're very quick through there. Hines will be 4th at the best. Composite 15th. Ian Smith and Ralph in the Ferraris 14th, 15th. But Brandon, he's not too interested in that. Coming through. Oh, that was close, but he does just about keep it on the track. Flying through the final corners. DRS now. And what's the time? It's a small improvement, but it's a good improvement. MRPK, he's slow. Oh, and a Haas right behind. There was that Golden coming through. There was Golden coming through on a fast lap. Wonder if he had to lift off. He's only 14th. Is Backer's still finishing his lap, I think, unless that's... No, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Backer finished the lap. So it's Dragos, who seems to be slower now. I think it showed 6 tenths down. Yeah, that's not on pace. And near as Adidas, so it is over this qualifying session. Only the Williams driver trying the mediums. Actually, he's kind of not got half a front wing, so something must have went wrong. Of course, he doesn't quite realise that everyone else is done, so he doesn't have to do that. This is he might get disqualified. Nope, he just because the car's reversing on the track, that might have happened. But yeah, I think out of safety, obviously he's trying to get out of people's way, but of course that he wasn't quite sure whether they were still on laps or not. But let's go and have a look at the... Yeah, sorry, so let's have a little look at the Mercedes who will take pole position for this race. It's Brandon, but he's got the McLaren of MRPK next to him to deal with, and his championship rival Ticked directly behind him. It's going to be an explosive start to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. You may be able to hear doubling up. I just want to check if there's any lag. You may be able to hear doubling up. I just want to check if there's any lag. Yeah, so it seems fine. So yeah, so the Brandon, Giraffe was actually dropped by 5 positions with a penalty. I don't know what happened there. So it's Brandon, MRPK, Ticked, Lohr, Ainz, Bakker, Hayward, Flying Boy Val, Doppyman, Excel, your top 10. Giraffe, Dragos, Composite, Golden, Amma Smith, Ralph, and Adidas outside the top 10. So we'll see what happens. I mean, qualifying doesn't always mean too much. Oh, a bit overcast. That could spell a bit of rain, maybe? I don't know. Later on, because it's not raining now, so it's going to be starting with dry tyres. Let me have a look and see if I've been giving any info about rain. Yeah, I think Always Rick couldn't join in the end because he was having issues. I've had no update on the weather, which is fine by me. We're about to get the formation lap underway, and we'll see what the drivers have decided to start this race on. There we go, formation lap as I go. I mean, this might show something. Okay, right, so the top 10 start on the tyres they qualify on, as per usual. So that's either a 1 stop from soft to hard, or a soft medium outside the top 10 it's either mediums or hards. Composite and Golden gone on hards, the rest going on mediums, except from Adidas, who strangely enough was trying to go on the mediums in qualifying. Has ended up starting on softs for the race, so that will be interesting. There we go, that's give us a hit. Oh, that's strange. So it looks like most outside the top 10 are 1 stopping. That seems to have meant to start on the hards, but hasn't, by the looks of the strategies that it showed up there. A little strange. And what we have, I know there was discussions before with some of the C3 drivers and also C4 in the Discord. So of which strategy is best to use. So especially if you're in the top 10. So we'll see if that'll be soft, medium, medium, or soft hard. If you've got the speed, the soft medium definitely works, because you could get past in this long straight. So yeah, we'll see what happens in that. It really depends on the strategies, and of course safety cars may come into play. Okay, we'll make sure backer knows that you're not really a fan, you just use his TT, Shadow, or Ghost to try and improve your times. That's Daddy's first. So, I think this is the best. Oh god, don't do that. We want a good shot of the start. This is about the best we get. Oh god, we've already got the glitches with the time screens, and it's only 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go here and back, and who gets the better start? Just about keeping. Oh, there's an incident at back, composites round, and I think the Haas of Golden there as well. Oh, both Red Bulls. And it's still fighting here with Golden and Cassell. Cassell was halfway up the grid. He was in the top 10. Still yellows at turn 1. It's Brandon Hope, RPK, and Ticked still in third. So the timing screens well helped ourselves a bit. I noticed the Ferraris dropping back, but they have ended up. Yeah, the Ferraris dropping back, but they've ended up in 11th and 12th, so they've improved off the start. And yes, as One Wing said, turn 1 strikes again, and Adidas got an advantage out of everything that happened and managed to get all the way up to 10th. I'm completely unsure of what happened there, but it has meant composite is out. I wonder if composite does come. Oh, that's going to be close. The Williams driver just about keeps that, trying to get before it stops himself from hitting the wall. It's lower. Oh my goodness! Oh, maybe Dolphin Man's been involved because he's pitting, and that was crazy. Oh, did someone hit the wall? And somehow, alright, the timing screens are all over the place. No, someone didn't hit the wall. It was Hayward going deep into turn 2, similar to actually what Fretty, I think, did. Possibly. Oh no, and it was Ainz. I was right, I did see people hit the wall, and it was Ainz. Dragos ain't doing too good either out there. Timing screen still trying to adjust to the right result. Not result, the right positions. This is actually worse than normal, which is crazy. A lot of action-packed, incident-packed race so far. Still on the McLaren. So that doesn't seem to be action, just luck and really good qualifying. He seems to have the pace here at Azerbaijan at the Baku City Street Circuit. Let's see. Lord's right there too. Another one that I thought might have been involved. Backer's kind of held possession. And yeah, Adidas coming flying through. I think part of that is incidents in front, because as you can see, you got Ralph in 8th and same with Ham Smith. Hayward way out after going off the track. Doppyman having to pit. Same with Dragos and Ainz having a spin. Obviously, Composite being involved in turn 1 incidents, which seemed to include his teammate and others. That's completely outbreaking himself as Cassell. Luckily, Ann Smith hasn't punted into the wall with the mistake from the driver behind. Ticket, very close, but you ain't getting overtakes done in the castle section. Running wide there will definitely have got a warning. Brandon just pulls and pulls away, and Ticket knows he needs to get through. He needs to keep the points gap close to stay within a good championship fight going into the last 2 races. So let's see. There's no DRS, not much ERS. Seems like Ticket a lot. My strategy was pretty much only use it for about half, maybe a bit more if you're going for an overtake on this main straight, and that is it. Have a little bit of fuel to use, and that's about it. I did not underfuel for this race either. So DRS again, running up to turn 3. So Ticket's still behind. Really want to keep an eye on this. That's a mistake, a bit of a mistake from MRPK. So turn 5 becomes the move, and Ticket gets a nice move. Just the rear getting lost, and it's again these soft tires just giving out, or starting to give out at the rear, and that's going to start making the McLaren drop back. Backer, of course, is in this too, so there shouldn't be. Let's have a look. How close can Backer get? When's the first pit stops coming as well? And that's probably the return of the squeaking door, if you heard that. But yeah, Backer, 5th place. Chasing Lord, definitely going to have DRS, as Lord will also have DRS on MRPK. I know from being involved in a 3-way fight, like start just from this, that it's probably best being off-board just in case. Lord's actually taking a very early pit stop. That'll probably be for the mediums. Flying Boy Val will take his place, and the Williams, who started at the back for this race, using those soft stays advantage, now up to 6th, but what will be his decision? Backer, he's going to make a move into turn 3. He's actually way ahead by the braking zone, and the McLaren continues to drop for the. He's doing a good job for a few laps, but he's tired, he's giving out. Hayward in the pits onto mediums. I think that's his 2nd stop if we look. No, sorry. We must have not had to stop after his taking the escape road. Must have got back on completely fine. Yeah, you can see that Backer's been working hard for this race. He's doing an excellent job at it. It's 6 of the remaining drivers on soft. So Ralph leading the guaranteed 1 stoppers. So Bakker and Brandon decide to pit, Flying Boy Val as well, MRPK. So the Williams continues, and so does Ticket. Gotta check what's oh my god. I am completely sorry for missing that, but there has been a massive collision involving Brandon, which is absolutely crazy. He's just been into the pits for hards. I am absolutely sorry that I the bit of interruption and missed that. Not sure who I was actually on board with, so again I apologise for that. So let's just have a look. Brandon had just pitted, and he's completely out of this. Ticket, that's just handed a good advantage to... yeah, that's just handed a good advantage to Ticket in this race, because Brandon must have damage from that. Yeah, quite a lot of damage. Yeah, Brandon clearly dominant looking. It's a full safety car. As Cassell is crashed. Oh no! Cassell crashed at this castle section. Well, to be fair, that safety car may just save Brandon in his race, but he'll have to race through a lot of drivers. MRPK ahead, I don't know. Brandon got a... yeah, because it was behind the safety car, yeah. And Taylor's been given a 5-second penalty as well. Let's see, lower hit. So there's the people that are involved in the incident. Well, I'm not even sure, but lower... let's have a look. Wing change? No, I don't know. I'm actually really annoyed that I'm really annoyed with myself with the interruption. Oh no, and it's a double stack at the Mercs. Someone just said that's like crash gate because Cassell crashed and Ticket pits. I don't know. I wouldn't think so. But Brandon is really... oh gosh, yeah, and it's the mediums. Because he's already been on hards. This is tragic for the championship leader. And it only gets worse that because of this unfortunate interruption, I actually missed what caused the incident, but there was it looked like a pile up at turn 2 or 3. Which has definitely helped a lot of drivers. Look at Ralph up in 5th, Bakker 4th, Flying Boy Val looking to be back on the podium. Yeah, Golden managing to keep himself out of trouble, has not pitted, but he's on that one stop anyway, although a lot of the drivers behind are as well now. But yeah, he's got himself up to 2nd place. He's got Ticket ahead, who, well, must be feeling like he's in dreamland right now, because the championship battle now bookends the field. Ticket's in 1st, and Brandon is last of the drivers still involved, is 15th. Backer was on the stop. Backer's choosing a two-stop, which as C3 driver Fretty clearly proved is still quick if you can get past the drivers and then repass them later on who are still on the hards. It's definitely a possible thing, especially with the strategy if we continue to have safety cars and incidents. If we continue to have safety cars, those people in the hards will probably pit as well, so I'm not sure it will be a one-stop for anyone, really. Well, hope for a safety car later. We've had some interesting incidents, so there may be more safety cars. I'd hope not, just mainly due to the fact that I like seeing clean driving, and of course accidents happen, but it's best when we see that close battle without the need of a safety car. Are we going to have people in? No, there's still a few stragglers, including Brandon, so we'll have another lap. Well, I know what it feels like to take the softs on 6 laps one wing, and that was me spinning on the exit of the cast yesterday, so I don't know exactly how much the mediums can do, but if it's to the point where you're starting to slide, that traction is just so easy to lose. We've actually seen it. Oh, we did get a restart. Oh my god, sorry. It definitely wasn't showing a restart, unless I completely missed it myself. Adidas gets the Williams, and apparently we do. Is another pile up at the back. Heinz Giraffe, I think, has a. I think Brandon's just about avoided damage to it. It's Dragos, so yeah, a few involved there again. Actually, Brandon would have been involved with it because that's the gap behind 3 seconds, so both Mercs involved, and Heinz and Giraffe, I think, involved. Another one with the yellow flags. It's oh, Flying Boy Val in the castle section definitely must have got damage from that. Just pushing that little bit too hard, maybe. Ralph sitting there ready, the Williams sitting there ready to go. I'm gonna blame myself, Master. I said C3 had no DNFs and no full safety cars. I hope you can follow that, and unfortunately, so far, definitely not been following that. So Ralph seems to have the run on Backer. Oh, don't tell me. Backer has an instant, didn't he? He's having a pit. Oh no, that's so bad for Backer. I think he's going to fall into the mess. And that's all I can describe it, that is behind. Yeah, that's the front wing change. I don't know where that's came. Adidas and the Williams. He's going to have to stick behind the Ferrari of Ralph, who's now in 4th. Flying Boy Val seemed to have got away with damage after hitting the castle, or maybe it's just damage he can deal with. Yeah, we've got the 2 racing points and Giraffe in the pits. A lot of issues at the back of this grid. Maybe a difference in speed, I don't know, but it's just not been great when it got mixed up between front runners and and some people that are usually in the midfield. It just didn't seem to work out very well. There's yellows, and I think it's one of the racing points. It might be Hines. It's definitely Hines actually. He's went deep at turn 2 and continues. But I think the Williams is going to have a run. Here we go. Of course, the Williams on the mediums, he's 2 stopping. Ralph on the hards, he's 1 stopping. You don't want to really be that close going through the corners. He's very lucky he didn't get absolutely demolished with the dirty air. It actually has an effect. And with no DRS, he's not actually going to get through. Oh, unless braking later. He does, in fact, make it through. Virtual safety car after the overtake's done. And that's Hayward in the pits. I don't know, hit a wall or even an incident, but that's Brandon at least back into the points. Now that's Ticket with a commanding lead of the race as well now. Ooh, right, so we can just take a deep breath, and MRPK clearly hitting the back of Ralph. It doesn't get 5-second penalty, which is strange. The game quite often gives a 5-second penalty. Doppyman the only one with a 5-second penalty now, as others have been served. Still the VSC is out. Dragos pitted, so I wonder if is in the pits now, I should say. So I wonder if he was involved with Hines. Alright, not a good day for the racing points, not a good day for Mercedes control cars, except from Adidas, who's doing a great job as we get back underway. No one's really close enough there to take advantage. It was really good timing by the Williams driver to get past the Ferrari just before the VSC was called. May have saved Ralph from an attack from behind by the McLaren. Lord, so much quicker than MRPK and easily through. Better look out for the Ferrari behind of Smith. Not quite, as actually MRPK pits. He's got wing damage. Anything can happen here. Brandon back is now in 9th. A long way from that leading place, that dominant lead that he was having earlier, which is now switched to Ticket. And the Renault Allure really chasing Ralph and continuing to be close. Obviously not too focused on the top 4 right now, although Adidas is starting to get quite close to Flying Boy Val. Bakker had to pit again at practice. Unfortunately not really working out now. Great qualifying, great start to the race, but seems to have been involved in some incidents or had crashes of his own. Slower. Don't forget the Ferrari behind, because Lord is in that Ferrari sandwich. That C5 Ferrari sandwich. Let's not forget Doppyman either. It's a 4-way battle here for 5th. You see them all bursting through, and Brandon's catching this up. They're all on hard, so yeah, that shouldn't be a surprise. Is it Doppyman that will get the move? Or is it... It might be lower. Oh, they're not going to be close enough. It's switchback attempt, but no, Ralph gets a good exit. We can watch what's going on in front from the safe position, or we can do this. Lord gets through, Ralph is done for P5, and now he's got his teammate behind him. And the Williams, who started right at the back of this race, now pressuring for the podium. It's a P3, and not far up the road, Golden still has to pit, just like both of these guys do as well, I am pretty sure. So yeah, this is going to be interesting how this plays out. 5-second gap. Yeah, so Lower is clearly much quicker than Ralph at this stage of the race on the same tyre, so maybe just right now quicker in general, maybe better tyre wear. Of course, Ralph making that step up from C5. Right, so we're going to have a Ferrari challenge here, are we? Ooh, that got close for Adam Smith. Got Brandon as well chasing down Doppyman. Are we just going to see a switch of positions, or Ralph looks like he's defending? No, in the end he doesn't seem like he's defending, and Ralph does let his teammate through by the looks of that. Here we're back in the points. Everyone out from 10th downwards has had to make very additional pit stops, and it's not very good for their race. Flying Boy Val now really close to Golden. Of course his tyres giving up as well, but this midfield battle is so difficult to take your eye off. I say midfield battle with Brandon in it, so let's see. There's no point in risking at any points to keep within the fight now. Will do. Ticket will likely be taking the championship lead after this. It swings every race here in C4. It was a bad race last time out for Ticket. This one's a bad race out for Brandon, but he's still in this to salvage something. So we'll see what he can do. Just outside DRS at the front, so we'll keep an eye on this. I think Brandon wants to get through as quickly as possible. Doppyman as well for that. He's got the two Ferraris in front too. He's quick and he's close to Ralph. He's got his ERS going. Both cars do, but there's going to be one big difference. That's the McLaren has some DRS to play with as well. But it's not going to be close enough. Better exit though from turn 1. Not going to be able to give a go at turn 2, but if he can get a good exit out of turn 2, maybe a chance into turn 3. Not quite, and I think, yeah, of course, Ralph's still close enough to his teammate as Lower makes the dash ahead. So just ahead of that, and we do have Backer setting a fastest lap. LRPK into the pits onto mediums to the end. Backer a good 18 seconds behind Hayward. He needs a safety car. Everyone outside the top 10 needs a safety car, but the Williams driver, does he need a safety car? No, because he looking racy, but yeah, backs out very smartly. Don't want to do it into there. Don't want to try it into there. Be absolutely fantastic if someone managed to do it, get it done in that corner. But you got a much better chance. You just hold it. I wouldn't be an overtake here. That's better used on the straight. Here we go, back into overtake, but not much left, so he might struggle. DRS, is that in fact Flying Boy Val coming into the pits? Yes, he is. He just wanting to take as much advantage out of that as possible. Yeah. Doppyman. Oh, Doppyman. Doppyman getting back past Brandon because Brandon pits. Okay. Here's where it gets interesting. When's Adidas coming in? Golden's going to be in around the same time. Golden's in a good opportunity. He actually really does have a good opportunity here. Let's see, judging by this, he could come out between Hayward and Doppyman, I think. So yeah, I think so. And if we look at where Flying Boy Val's actually came out, but he lost a couple of seconds as well. He was about 2 or 3 seconds behind, so it might be just behind Hayward or just in front of Hayward. But of course there's a big difference. Those guys are now on mediums. There's another difference. There's a yellow flag, and it's Adam Smith who has clattered the wall at the castle. Uh-oh, how do you get out of this one? It's a virtual safety car. He's gonna... Yep, everyone being very careful. As just trying to be as cautious as possible. He has managed to get out. Needs to stop backing up though. No, that's... You're not going to be allowed... Oh! Drive through for Doppyman. Asma spent so much time there that the foot, and Golden's pitted as well. He was hoping probably to get that done under the VSC, but it's not. So where does Golden go? And Doppyman straight away doing the pits, and yeah, slowly moving on. Smith, who was having a great race. It's the issue with the castle section. Trying to get free from it. If you've done that, that's difficult. Doppyman out behind Flying Boy Val. Golden, in fact, coming out in 5th on mediums. So let's see, can he chase down Lower and Ralph? Of course, Adidas still out in the mediums as well. He has to take them, he needs to take them another 9 laps if he wants to take them at the end. I just don't see that as a possibility. He could be dragging them out to go to softs at the end, but he won't have enough time to catch people, I wouldn't think. It's a 10-second lead that Ticket has. And Brandon back in 9th after pitting. 7 seconds behind Doppyman. So I think once again Brandon somehow been caught up behind something. I think that was probably with Adam Smith. Of course Adam Smith was in a battle, quite a close battle with some of the guys, so yeah, if he's had an incident, or which he clearly has, then that could have easily impacted those behind as well. I think Golden's in a really good place now for a podium. I think Ticket's got this one done. I think that's it. I think oh, and I think Doppyman's pitting. Damage? Okay. Because he just has a drive-through. Okay, yep, so Golden and the Haas about to, or at least about to have the opportunity to take 4th place, and we'll see if he can do it. I don't think you want to be doing it here. So let's see, Ralph, he's not long seen his teammate make a mistake here, but he's alright now. The Haas still chasing the Ferrari, but on much better tyres. It's Hayward's job to pick up the pieces for the constructors, which I really should pay attention to as well, but I imagine that it's pretty much done and dusted for Mercedes, with them being first at the moment and third or fourth in the championship. Anyway, straight line speed, easily getting past. Well, no, they were still side by side really, but Golden, a little bit of a squeeze on, still enough room, and Ralph gets through. And Golden gets through. He's got to catch 9 seconds to the Renault of Lohr, and it's another 6 seconds to Adidas, who still hasn't pitted. Hayward closes this down as Brandon continues to close it down, as Doppyman gets past Giraffe on the straight. All for nothing really. It's for 11th place. Shows exactly why it'll be interesting next season when we have a possibly slightly shorter season with tracks from Europe, but also a brand new scoring system where 15 will get points, the ranging of the winner getting 40 points, the 15th place driver getting 1, and still that fastest lap for the top 10. We'll see how that plays out. That will be very interesting next season, and that would have been for points if that was the thing now. So yeah, Adidas now into the pits. So he's played this 2-stop very differently. He's going to softs at the end. Let's see how far back he goes. I don't think that was a good idea. I don't think he's going to have enough laps. In fact, let's go. Williams at the end of the pit lane though. So he's going to be ahead of Ralph. Yeah, he's going to be ahead of Ralph, and Ralph's not going to get past him unless he tries. No, I don't. Nowhere near close enough. And actually, this could really work out still. I did not think that he'd be close at it. I thought he'd lose. Yeah, as you say, he pits even massive. But yeah, I thought he'd lose more time there, but he's not too far behind. Golden might need to get Lohr to get this podium, because the Williams has done something I don't think anybody was really expecting. Kept up the pace longer on the mediums, although because of safety cars and whatnot, and going longer on the first set of softs. So really he kept up the pace with the first set of softs. For a longer time than what you would expect. Took the mediums 12 laps, which is less than most people took mediums. Certainly less than. Yeah, he got really close to the rear, did Hayward there, but he survives and they don't touch. So there we go. Let's see this overtake. I imagine overtake on the straight using DRS. See the swinging corners. That dash to the line, not much overtake left, but the DRS will make the heavy difference. In fact, it really did look like Ralph was going into the pits, but it's still really close. And Ralph, they are side by side, and Ralph's got the better line for turn 2, so he'll keep the position, but Hayward will now have DRS, but that's brought Flying Boy Val right into this battle for 5th. Nice defensive driving from Ralph there, great defensive driving even, managing to keep the Mercedes behind, but this battle's now turned into a 3-way for 5th place. 10 points on the line. Again, next season, if I read the thing right, that'll be for 20 points. Getting right up close, but not really where you want to be close, because you've got that castle section where you're not overtaking. Next, it's nice. Flying Boy Val almost just waiting for a mistake. Adidas, is he going to wait? Yeah, he does. He could have easily got the overtake done here, but he decided to make sure it was a lot easier. But let's see, does he make sure he's not too close to the back of Golden? Yeah, he does. This time he definitely does. Oh, there's an overtake here, but let's look. I think it's a virtual safety car, so I can go back. That was Lauren Brandon. Or not, sorry, not Lore, what am I talking about? That was Flying Boy Val and Brandon, I think. Yeah, look, Flying Boy Val's in the pits. I don't know what happened there at all. I was watching what should have been an overtake. Oh, what a launch! Does he leave Golden Room? Yeah, he does leave Golden Room. And Adidas takes third place with a good relaunch. The battle continues, and what a move round the outside by Brandon. Ralph probably thought he had it covered, and Brandon said not a chance. But yeah, Flying Boy Val caught up on that, and having to pit. I'm not sure what happened with him and Brandon. But that's now 7th place for Brandon. So 6 points versus a ticket 25. Ticket who may be able to pit soon, just to get the fastest lap. That's how dominant now that it has become for Ticket. After the fast and qualifying guys other than him just completely dropped it, or were not or were involved in incidents. Safety car obviously helping as well. Golden still in the chase on Adidas, but Adidas is after Lore now. He's got 3 laps now, well 4 laps sorry, to catch him up. Let's give Ticket some airtime. But yeah, that's when you make a demanding lead like this, you don't get much airtime. 19 seconds for Ticket. Brandon now catching on Ralph and can make it 8 points for 6th. And then maybe, will we see some team play come in? Will Hayward slow down to let his teammate get fifth as well in his championship battle? I wonder, but that doesn't matter at this point because Brandon still needs to get past the Ferrari of Ralph. There's team play completely legal, as long as it's not done dangerously. So what have we got here? It's this is the closest battle, but we need to keep an eye on the gaps at front. It's slightly coming down for Ticket as he probably is starting to take it easy, but Adidas probably making definitely making a bold decision on strategy from the back of the grid. Flying by Val. It's an unorthodox place to get past, but he does. This is less unorthodox. DRS. It's that engine power. Ralph's still side by side. They do touch. Brandon nearly touches the wall on the exit. They're still side by side, but yeah, I think Ralph decided better leave that one be. And it's a 3.5 second gap to his teammate. Let's see how quickly that closes in. Doppy man. Well, Blind Boy Val and Doppy man will be at least happy to be fighting over some sort of points. MRPK probably expecting a better result after that qualifying in second. I'm sure in the battle for third place, Hines was expecting better as well, but it's Hayward that's coming out golden on that one. So Adidas now not really closing in on Lower as much now. So actually Lower seems to have been quicker in this lap, gaining by a few tenths. Still to play for with 2 laps to go. I'm right. Look at what Ticket is. Yeah, that's Ticket has lapped Lagos. And yeah, Lower's now quicker. Yeah, here is the issue. These softs just do not last, especially when you've just not got that ERS left. It allowed him to get past Golden. It allowed him to catch up quite quickly on Lower. But after those first couple of laps, they just go absolutely nowhere, and Golden starts coming back at you. Midway, the Williams driver looks like they're very much overcompensated how long they can take those softs at such good pace. Earlier they were aided by virtual safety cars and incidents getting them up the field, but now with a lot of that calming down, especially up the front, it doesn't seem to have worked out so well for the Williams driver. He'll still be delighted with third or fourth, either way which he gets, after starting from the back of the grid. Yeah, it's terrifying seeing them jumping in. But either he lost the back end there and almost lost the car, or he went extremely defensive for nearly enough, no reason. Oh my gosh, okay. I know that was cheeky and clever, but it might not have worked out as he clouts the wall. I think he's allowed Golden to overtake him so he can get the DRS. But then he clouted the wall, and Golden is just much quicker than him, so yeah, that was never going to work. Golden on better lasting tyres. So that's the DRS, he'll be in fourth. That gamble didn't work out. Final lap of the race. Could be a go. Look at that, Ranzer's really closed in on his teammate, hasn't he? Yeah, I'll be calling them out for that. Not because it's illegal, just because I'll be taking the mickey out of them. Oh, Golden. Big lock up. But Adidas not getting the perfect run through turn 4 either. He's outside DRS. Brandon on the back of his teammate very quickly, it has to be said. Let's have a look at it. Ticket not on that final run yet, but look at how much ERS he's got left. It's 20.5 seconds in the lead. It's like a walk in the park, or at least a walk in the streets of Baku City Circuit, as he comes down the final run, nearing 21 seconds lead. That is a massive margin, and Ticket takes the win. And now you're about to see the switch on the line. Lower's about to come across and take second place, but there's the switch for Brandon, who easily takes it through. Golden gets the podium after wanting points. He gets a podium. Adidas doing a great job from last to fourth, and yeah, there we go. Brandon taking the position from his teammate on the last lap, on the last run to the line. Takes 10 points, minimising the damage. Ralph in 7th, MRPK starting 2nd, but has fallen back. And Flying Boy Val just not close enough to get that done. And Doppyman taking the final point, just ahead of Backer as well, who manages to unfortunately walk away with nothing from this race. Giraffe and Anne Smith. Dragos unfortunately been lapped as well. Well done to Ticket for a dominant win over Lore in second. Golden for, I think it's his first podium, but I could be wrong. Adidas with a great race to fourth. The two Mercs ending up coming back, and Brandon being in fifth. But yeah, a lot going on, and I'm sure a lot of discussion to be had in the C4 chat. I can actually see the notifications of Discord popping off. Adidas driver of the day. I genuinely can't disagree. He gave us some action there at the end. Unfortunately, just missing out on a podium. But yeah, so yeah, I think when it's not as been as busy for the stewards from Tuesday night, Wednesday may be a bit different, but it's still been an entertaining race. Baku always throws up an entertaining race, especially online, but usually in real life too. Real life races. So yep, we didn't get the rain that kinda looked like we might get, but here we go. Run through the final standings. Ticket is your winner here. Then it's Lore, Golden, Adidas, Brandon, Hayward, Ralph, MRPK, Flying Boy Val, and Doppyman taking the final point. Backer missing out, and he'll miss out on that point for fastest lap as well for him. 11th. Giraffe 12th, Ainz 13th, Smith 14th, Dragos 15th, Cassell didn't finish in composite, didn't even make it past turn 1. So that is the end of the race, and I hope you had a good one enjoying this, and I hope you can join us again with the championship standings turned on its head yet again. It's a 12-point lead for Ticket heading into the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka next time, same place next week, and I hope to see you then.